What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm proud to be bringing you guys some choice band Darmanitan action. It is time to bust out the best physical attacker Sword and Shield has to offer in some ranked singles battles. Today we're going to be using, like I said, choice band Guerrilla Tactics, Galarian Darmanitan, and I cannot wait to bring you these games. We're going to be supplementing it with a Leftovers Gyarados, an Eject Button Cursula, an Eviolite Corsola, a Life Orb Dugtrio, and a Choice Scarf Silvally. This is the same team we used in yesterday's video, but we're going to be featuring the complete opposite Pokemon today. We're going to be showing off the Darmanitan, we're going to be showing off the Gyarados, we're going to be showing off the Corsola in all of these games, hopefully. So guys, sit back, max relax, act all cool, and enjoy the games. I want to say before we get into the games, the channel just hit 10,000 subscribers yesterday, so I want to say thank you guys so much for all of the support. Oh my gosh, this actually blows my mind that my channel got to 10,000 subscribers, but you guys leaving those comments, leaving the sub, joining the Discord, I could not have asked for a better community. You guys make my life worth living. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to bring you guys even more amazing games in Sword and Shield. And we gave away a lot of, this is completely off topic, we gave a lot of hidden ability Corsolas away yesterday. We're still giving away hidden ability Corsolas in the Discord, and right after this video that I'm going to record, I'm going to start breeding more Galarian Darmanitan. So if you guys want a Galarian Darmanitan or a hidden ability Corsola from yourself, feel free to click the link in the description to the Discord and go join. Just ask anyone in there, just say, hey, I want X Pokemon, and we'll probably be able to hook you up. Also, just like every single video, we're going to be leaving a team ID so you guys can rent this team in your own games, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to rent the teams for yourself later on in the video. There's also a link to all the stats, all the items, all of the EVs, everything you need to know to use this team in your own games. All of that is in the description. We're going to be reviewing it at the end. Guys, enjoy the games. We're going to have an absolute blast today. Alright, so we're going into our very first game of the day. We see Mimikyu, Lapras, Hippowdon, Rotom, Heat, Corviknight, and Snorlax. Wow, that is a very, very bulky Trick Room team. I love seeing the Lapras. I normally, would want to go for like all the Perish Trap combos, but I think we're going to try our best to showcase some other Pokemon today. I think it's probably a pretty good idea to try and see if we can get some work done with Darmanitan. I think Darmanitan is actually pretty good here. It has good moves against most of those Pokemon. It's not too hot versus that Rotom, but I can always U-turn out against Rotom. So Darmanitan is a decent lead. Gyarados is also a solid bring here. So we got Gyarados, we got Darmanitan. Let's see, what do I want as my last mon? I have 40 seconds left. What would you guys bring? You guys can always leave those comments and let me know, like, what you would do in different situations. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, I like to think I'm pretty good, but, like, I'm not, like, the best player since sliced bread. Let's see, I kind of want to use the Corsola here, because Corsola is so good at walling Snorlaxes. I think I am going to do that. So we're going to go with Darmanitan lead. Gyarados after that, and then Corsola. So the reason we're leading Darmanitan is I can go for like a huge U-turn right off the bat, and if he leads Mimikyu or he like let's say he leads Hippowdon, I can one-shot the Hippowdon with a Gigantamax like Hail move. But if he leads with like Mimikyu, I can U-turn, break disguise, go into my Corsola or my Gyarados and get intimidated up and just be in a really good situation. We're going to see. I think that I'm in a pretty decent spot. Let's see if it's a Hippowdon. It's Rotom. Rotom's totally fine. That's another Pokemon that we definitely can U-turn against, right? And so one of the cool things about this situation, this kind of forces him to go max right now. Because the way you beat Gyarados and the way you beat Darmanitan on Rotom are so polar opposites. You have to overheat a Darmanitan, but you have to Thunderbolt a Gyarados. And if you Thunderbolt a Gyarados when you're already at -2 special attack, it's not the sauce. So in this situation, there's just, like, if he's expecting me to U-turn, he's going to Volt Switch here. So there's so many different things that can happen here. I think I am still just going to U-turn, but I'm not going to go into Gyarados. I'm going to go into Cursula. And I want to see if he maxes. So he's not maxing, which means he's probably, you can tell by the fact that he's not maxing, that he's going for just a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch there. And by the way, that did like 45% resisted. We are running Guerrilla Tactics ability, which gives all of our attacks a 1.5 boost, but locks us into our first attack. And we have a Choice Band on. Like, do you understand the sheer amount of damage we're rocking right now? Like, we just dump trucked a Rotom Heat with a U-turn. Show me a Volt. Oh, overheat. It's fine. Get your special attack lowered all the way to the bank. Like, Corsola ain't no slouch in the defense department. Alright, so let's see. Special attack drops. He could totally stay in. He could totally do a bunch of stuff. Corsola is actually relatively thick. I think I'm just going to go for a Whirlpool, because what's he going to do? He's going to switch Then a Pokemon's going to get Whirlpooled. I kind of want to Strength Step on the switch. I'm not going to Will-O-Wisp on the switch. Should I Will-O-Wisp? No, I'm just going to Whirlpool. Trap him up. I want to see if he's Will-O-Wisping me. The only reason I would Will-O-Wisp here is expecting him to switch, right? And I would love to be able to Will-O-Wisp a target that's coming in. So it's like a really, really solid read for me to go for a Will-O-Wisp. But it looks like he's going to max. He already has a special attack drop. I do not agree with this choice. You know, normally you would have maxed first, right? So that means you would have been using like max Infernos, and those would have not lowered your special attack. So, like I said, I expected him to max on the first turn, but the fact that he's maxing on the second turn really, really plays to my team's strengths. So he's going for the Max Flare. I don't know why I called it Max Inferno. I think because in Sun and Moon it was like Inferno Overdrive, but it's not all bad for him, right? It's going to set the Sun, which means his next one's going to do even more, which means I'm going to have to start Strength Sapping. I'm going to have to start doing it, but he's trapped now. He's trapped like a rat in my Vortex. And for those of you guys wondering, why would I ever use Whirlpool? I want people to fight the long grind game against my Cursed Body Corsola. I want to be able to disable their moves and force them to fight me and just lose the will with Strength Sap Nightshades. Like, this Pokemon is so underrated, by far and away the best Eviolite user in the game. And for those of you guys wondering, like, how I'm actually getting away with using an unevolved Pokemon, I'm using an item called the Eviolite, which multiplies Corsola's defenses by 1.5 if it's not a fully evolved Pokemon. So it's actually one of the best items in the game. This is the best Pokemon that can use this item in the game. Historical Eviolite users in the past have been like Chansey, Porygon 2. I've used a little bit of Girder. If you guys have some really cool... did he get a double max guard? Did he really get a double max guard? Yo, this guy's actually just a champion right now. That is not supposed to... That's a very low chance of happening, by the way. But it's okay, because he's still taking that chip Whirlpool damage, and he's going to wait out his whole thing. He's probably going to be going for a Volt Switch here. He just wanted to wait out his whole Dynamax, but wins up. Like, we waited out his Dynamax. I'm going to go Strength Sap. It doesn't really do a ton, but it's going to be able to restore a good amount of health. The way Strength Sap works is it lowers your opponent's attack, but it restores your health by the amount of, like, attack that your opponent's getting restored by. So we're taking a lot of damage there, quite a bit, but look at this heal. Even though Rotom's a special attacker, this is still going to be a decent amount, I feel. This is still going to be a decent amount. So it's going to lower the guy's attack, goes to -1, but look at this heal. It's going to be so big. That's a very significant heal. Like, for free? Like, that's a for free heal. And right now, he's at -4. He's at -4. It's still sunny. You know what they say about sunny. It's always sunny. I'm just going to go for, I think this is my last turn of the Whirlpool, right? We're just going to check. This is my last turn of, oh, he's still bound. All right, so that means I should just, do I have the Nightshade here? I think I'm just going to Strength Sap him again and just chill out, because, like, I want to see if he switches, and I want to go all the way up to full, right? Because he can switch once, oh, wait, he can't switch, he's in the Whirlpool. This is totally fine. I don't want to switch in my Gyarados, have it get Willis. I don't want to switch in my Gyarados, have it eat, like, a critical hit Volt Switch. So, it sucks that I'm playing, like, this lame, but I want to be topped off. I want to be 100% ready, willing, and able to deal with everything. Like, the way Strength Sap works is it lowers your opponent's attack, and it restores, HP on your side based off, like, how much attack and stuff like that you, based off their base attack stats. So you're always going to be restoring less. It seems very counterproductive. So it's pretty much just made so you can't spam it forever, which is a really, really balanced way to look at it. I'm just going to go for a Nightshade now, because we will be able to pay up to KO. He's at -6. Remember, guys, Overheat lowers all your stats. He can totally switch there. My Pokemon outspeed that Rotom. It really ain't no thing. And he's going to switch a Lapras in on a Nightshade. Yes, please. Holy moly. Are we going to get like a 100% grind out? Is that lefties? Ooh, lefties are going to make this lame. Lefties are going to make this game a lot longer than they need to be. But it's okay. We're just going to go for a Will-O-Wisp here to start counteracting those lefties. There's not that much he can really do to me. And I would love to get like a Curse Body proc. So we're going to see it. And I know you guys have actually been... Oh, he's going for Perish Song. You know I have Whirlpool, right? And you know I have Whirlpool? The move that makes it... Wait, does he have Whirlpool too? Oh, that'd be so sick if we just like Whirlpooled each other. It's like, you're not trapped in... Like, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. Yeah, I would love to see that. Show me the Whirlpool. Sign me up. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. So yeah, Whirlpool traps him. That's the reason why I want I like Whirlpool. I think it's so cool that Whirlpool's a TM. It's one of my favorite TMs in this new game, and I really do like that I love the whole like TM and TR mechanic. There's so many moves that only so many Pokemon can learn, and I just think it's a great way to, you know, build the scene like moving forward. I think like stepping more into like competitive play, there's so many more options for creative movesets right now because of all these TMs and TRs and egg moves. It's so refreshing to see. And hopefully I can hit my Whirlpool. I'm giving Whirlpool. Oh, we just Curse Body. There we go. We disabled Curse Body 30% of the time, anything that makes contact. Oh, he has Water Absorb. All right, that makes sense he has Water Absorb. Lapras can have a couple different abilities. It makes sense that Water Absorb would be one of them. That is by far the best ability. I kind of assumed that was probably the case, but, you know, it was safe. I don't know. I don't think that I'm incorrect in thinking that I could get away with that. He's going for a Hydro Pump because I didn't switch, right? We're going to soak this damage up. We're going to go for a Strength Sap, and then we're going to switch next turn. So I just want to go back to full. Lapras is actually a pretty decent physical attack stat. In Let's Go, we actually made a lot of Let's Go content on this channel. Physical Lapras was one of the meta Pokemon on our channel. Look at that. Look at that. Almost full heal. And I'm going to have to switch. I don't think I want to go to my Gyarados. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go to the Rotom. But I don't want to go there on the Hydro Pump. You know, if I go there on the Hydro Pump... Wait, I don't have Rotom. I have a Darmanitan. I'm thinking Darmanitan's a Fire type. It's not. I'm an Ice type. I'm just going to win. Here we go. Darmanitan's up. We're going to switch to that boy right now. Darmanitan's one of my favorite Pokemon ever created, by the way. Like I said, this channel, I know a lot of you guys are like brand new, but this channel has actually been around for a very, very long time. And it's almost been like 9 or 10 years. And in those 10 years, we've used hundreds of games featuring Darmanitan. Like, this is, if you're looking to learn from like the Darmanitan master, I'm your guy. Like, I have everything you will ever need in terms of like Darmanitan meme teams. Like, I'm the Darmanitan master. I've just used this. I've won so many events in singles and doubles, beaten like former national like world champions with Darmanitan. Like, Darmanitan is what I'm all about. So let's see, we're gonna serve that as a sorry, the Disguise is gonna get broken there. U-turn. Remember how I talked about in the team preview, how that's how I wanted the game to start. So Mimikyu's gonna get taken out. I can assume he's probably going for like a Swords Dance here. So I'm gonna go into my Gyarados and make it so Swords Dance is only a +1. Remember, his Dynamax is down, right? Is down for the count. I'm in a pretty decent spot here. So we need that Intimidate up. I want to see if he's Swords Dancing. Survey says Shadow Claw. Totally fine. That's one of the reasons why we go into our Gyarados with Intimidate. We're still relatively bulky, and we do see the Life Orb. Now, I could totally max here. I'm thinking about Dynamaxing. He does outspeed us with the Mimikyu, but I just don't know if I want to like max into like. Let me think about this. I'm gonna Dragon Dance here because like I think he's gonna switch to Lapras, and oh, he's not. Okay. Yeah, I can, but then starting next turn, I can just start doing massive damage. Remember, he's already maxed, so, like, I don't have anything to fear. What's he gonna do? Shadow Claw? Yeah, like, he has to crit to go through my Intimidate drop, and even if he does, I would still be able to live. And the lefties on my side are putting in so much insane value right now. My leftovers are putting in insane value, and I really do like Leftovers Gyarados. I know that the Leftovers Gyarados is a very, very old school set. Maybe One Berry might be a little bit better nowadays, but it's one of the L classics, you know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're actually going to go for the Max Darkness because I think he might switch to, I really think that he might be switching to the Lapras, and I would love to be able to hit this. I don't want to waste my Dynamax turns on, you know, not hitting stuff. So it looks like he stays in. He's probably just going for a Shadow Sneak. Even if he gets a crit, it should not be able to take me out, and the reason it's not taking me out is because we got those big leftovers. So the leftover ticks, like, they actually really do come into play on sweepers, right? So the way this works is, like, once my Gyarados gets set, right, I'm going to start just doing massive amounts of damage, and every single time I one-shot something, you don't one-shot me back, I'm getting a free leftovers tick. And so leftovers is normally an item you would put on walls, but Gyarados is bulky enough to be able to pull it off, and then, like right here, you can see I'm getting leftovers tick, and he couldn't do anything about it. That's a free tick of the leftovers, essentially. It's so good. Being able to KO them before they can do anything to you, and you get the added bonus of a win more leftovers. Like, yes, please, sign me up. Take that all the way to the bank. Rotom is out here. Again, this is just proving my leftovers theory. We're just going to go for the Darkness again, because I think he's going to switch to Lapras to pull, like, a trick on us. No, he's not. Hey, you know what? We're keeping him honest. No reason to even go for the Max Whirlpool. I don't want to power up your water attacks. Yeah, I know you have Water Absorber. I already checked for it. So we get a crit that we didn't even need, and he's probably like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got a crit. This is the only reason why I lost. That's probably what he's thinking. But yeah, more leftovers ticks. Like, the leftovers value And let's see, Lapras, Gyarados coming in with a clean sweep. And I just want to say, like, you know, I know you saw yesterday's games, right? Yesterday's game showed off us trying to get, like, that combo team. I could just have went with, like, this in all those games and made those games, like, way cleaner. Like, if you guys are looking to use this team, because remember, there is a team ID for this team, this is how you're supposed to play this team. Like, this is how you're supposed to do it. So, he waited out my Dynamax and just, oh, he just ran. All right, well, you know what? I'll take those. Gyarados is busted. Darmanitan is busted. Corsola is super busted. So holy moly, what a great game one. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully we can use even more of the crazy Pokemon in this team in game 2. Alright, so we're going up into the next game. We see a Flygon. That looks like one of the fossil Pokemon. I don't know which one it is. We're going to find out when we get actually into the game. We see Gardevoir, Arcanine, Cramorant, is that what that bird's called? And Dragapult. Man, I'm slowly learning a lot of these names. Like, a lot of the times when I'm playing games for, like, competitive tournament stuff, you guys can do this in your own games. You should be taking notes. You should be taking out, like, alright, Flygon, Fossil Thing, Gardevoir, Arcanine. You start writing down your moves that they see. You start writing down any items you see. And that's how you actually can get better as a player. I've made videos on this channel talking about taking notes before, and I'm probably going to do an even, like, better updated one of those in the future. But let's see. How do I deal with this? Anyways, the point I was trying to make with the notes was taking notes can help you learn the names of Pokemon, but sometimes you just call things Fossil Thing, and that's what you're always going to know it as. You know, leave a comment and let me know if you agree. And if you kind of make that mental note, it's like, oh, that's totally the Fossil Thing. Even though there's, like, multiple Fossil ones. Anyways, Flygon, actually pretty good against my team, because it has a 100 base speed versus my fastest Pokemon, like, is Dugtrio. But other than that, like, Silvely's 95 and Darmanitan's relatively slow. We are going to be leading Darmanitan, though. We will be going Darmanitan because that's the Pokemon that, you know, I want to feature a lot. Darmanitan is busted. Darmanitan, we're going to be going with probably Silvely and Gyarados here. And then we have to lock that one in. Silvely, just because I think that the Dragapult could run away with this game if I don't have a normal type to check it. So, like, if I lead with, like, Darmanitan, right? Sure, he could totally go for, like, Dragon Darts. And that would do a lot of damage, but, like, I really don't want him going for, like, max Phantasms all over my face. And so I'd like to be able to switch. He shouldn't try and fight me with that Dragapult unless he's Scarfed, right? So he's going to leave with the Dragon thing. All right, I'm going to look at this. Looks like an Ice type, right? So Fossil Thing. Yo, we got an Ice battle. You know I'm about to be popping that Flare Blitz, right? You know I'm about to be popping it. What type are you? Ice Dragon? Electric Ice. It's not even a dragon. Alright, yeah. It's Flare Blitz time. And I'm actually not going to max because if you look at his team, a lot of you guys are thinking, oh man, you should max so you don't take that recoil. But if we look at their team, you see they have an Arcanine back there, right? Arcanine is a problem because it can get the Flash Fire ability. I don't want to just proc the Flash Fire and then be stuck in a board where I have, like, my Earthquake, right? I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz. Actually, I could just Earthquake this thing. That's, I would like to do that. He has Cramorant, but he could switch in there. Do I need to max? I don't think I need to max. I'm Choice Banded and Grill Attacks. I don't need any of that. Darmanitan, show them what you're working with. Show me that Arcanine switch. This covers both of our options. Electric, Ice, and I don't take recoil. Like, yes, please, sign me up. Take me all the way to the bank. Darmanitan. Ooh, look at that analysis that we busted out. We were gonna Flare Blitz. 90% of people would Flare Blitz, but I was like, you know what? This covers the Arcanine Flash Fire switch in. This covers the Dragapult switch in. Sure, it'd be a little bit worse versus, like, Flygon and the Cramorant, but there's the Arcanine. There, I told you it was there. See? You see? I'm one step ahead of him, and I'm going back for round 2. I actually think he's gonna go max here. He does outspeed us, by the way. Like, he does outspeed us. Arcanine has a 95 base speed, and we don't. I think we have, like, an 80s. We're in the 80s. So, I'm actually going to be switching my Gyarados here, and Gyarados is so good versus Arcanine. Because Gyarados, sure, it's still underspeeds, but we're going to be able to apply and Intimidate to that Arcanine. And we're going to be able to set up Dragon Dances in his face, and then just absolutely sweep the game from here. And all this is possible because Darmanitan is such a boss. So, really good Intimidate. He goes for the Flare Blitz. Yo, like I said, it was very, very predictable. We got him right where we want him, wrapped in the palm of our hands. And you see Gyarados coming in here, and the leftovers value. It's insane. I see, we see Life Orb Arcanine. Wow, that's very uncommon. I agree with it. Actually, speaking of Arcanine, did you guys know that I'm the very first person to ever top cut a official Pokemon regional level event with an Arcanine? I'm the first one. If you guys want some Arcanine info, I'm a guy that can probably help you out quite a bit. We're just gonna Dragon Dance here. I think if I get a Dragon Dance off, I can just sweep the whole game. I want to go for a waterfall, but I want the Dragon Dance off in case he wanted to like switch to Flygon. He's going max. That's totally fine. I don't know if he'll be able to KO me. Like maybe he has an like Wild Charge. Like maybe he has Wild Charge, but like Arcanine outspeeds Gyarados anyways. And if I wanted to max, I can't Dragon Dance. Like I could have maxed and went max Geyser. Don't really think I need to. I don't really think I need to, but we'll see. We'll see. Arcanine's a threat. Even intimidated, this thing is still a major threat. So we are faster than him. Very surprising. The fact that this is faster though makes me think that my Darmanitan would be faster. So that's good to note. Like just know for future reference. I think if he's faster, if my Gyarados is faster, my Darmanitan's faster because my Darmanitan has a higher base speed than my Gyarados. So that's a relatively bulky Arcanine. So it's probably like heavy HP attack investment and just very, very bulky, which is a very, very good Arcanine set, by the way. And we can see all that based off of like the speed tierings and stuff. So let's see. Do I actually want to max here to get the guaranteed KO? Did he lower my speed there? Is that what Max Strike does? I don't want to max. I'm just going to go for a waterfall, I think, and then I'll just come in with probably Silvally and finish it off. Because I feel it's like a waste of max because he got the stat drop off on me, right? Yeah, but I'm only at +1 attack. I'm just going to go for a waterfall. If it KOs, that's great. That's great. Here we go. Come on. Give me that damage. Yep, waterfall. Oh, see, I didn't even need to max. Yo, that's a power of +1. Yo, that's a +1 right there. That's a +1 attack. Gyarados absolutely popping off. I know a lot of you guys are like a lot of people are really, really obsessed with, oh man, I want to use all these new Pokemon, but sometimes there's a ton of value in just going with the tried and true, old and busted, like Gyarados. Just win the game. And one of the reasons why so I want to talk about this just a little bit. For those of you guys wondering like why I didn't Dynamax there, if we actually look at his team, I'm just going to help you guys learn a little bit more. He has Pokemon like Flygon, he has Pokemon like Dragapult, and the Cramorant, even the Gardevoir left. All those Pokemon are above average speed tiering. I don't know how fast this Cramorant is, but Flygon and Dragapult, I didn't want to Dynamax there because even if I killed that Arcanine there, which I didn't need to Dynamax to do, they would have just been able to send out those things and then revenge KO me with their much higher base speed tiering. So I didn't have to do any of that. I still don't have to do any of that. I'm just going to go for a crunch. And he just scoops. Yo, Gyarados is too good. Gyarados is too good. I keep trying to like go make long games, but people just keep scooping. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh my gosh, I just want to do stuff and they just scoop. I'm not like that. Like, I will take those wins. I'll take those wins all the way to the bank. Like, people can scoop on turn 1. That's fine with me. But good news for you guys is we're going to go into another game because I don't like giving you guys short games. So sit back, relax, get some coffee, and we're going to go into another game. Going into the next game, we see Sirfetch'd, Frostlass, Barraskewda. Wow, this guy's already locked in with his Ninetales Darmanitan Kommo-o. Oh, man. I think we can get the combo off against this guy. Sirfetch'd usually has Scrappy. Frostlass is a little bit of a problematic lead. Oh, man. I think I can get it off. But I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use Darmanitan instead of Silvally this game. Because Darmanitan can absolutely dumpster like 3 of those Pokemon. Oh, but Silvally's so good too. Oh, Silvally's so good. But I want to use Darmanitan. So I'm going to use Darmanitan as my lead. The reason we're going to go Darmanitan is because I want to bait this guy. So we're going to go Darmanitan, Cursula, and Dugtrio. Here we go. We're going to be popping this thing off. We're going to try and hit this guy with the Perish Trap combo from yesterday's video. And I will be redeemed. I will be redeemed. I love the way that person's trainer card looks. Oh, that's so perfect. All right, let's see it. What do you got? Nice style as well. I think the amount of like style choices in this game are really, really cool. So Darmanitan mirror match. Okay. Okay, USA. All right. You guys ready? Are you guys ready for the combo? Now, a real man would just click Flare Blitz, right? That's what a man would do. Please don't U-turn me. Oh, he's going to be able to U-turn. No, wait. He have to be U-turning right now. So this is fine. We're going to go to the Cursula. So we're going to switch right into Cursula, right? And I don't even want to U-turn. I don't want to risk it. Don't want to risk for the biscuit. I'm just going to hard switch into Cursula. Hopefully he just clicks Flare Blitz, right? Just click Flare Blitz. It's not even hard. Oh, look at this. This is going to do a lot, by the way. I might die. Oh, I lived. All right, that's totally fine. Just living is totally fine. He's going to make contact. He's going to take recoil. He's going to activate my curse body. Take that all the way to the bank. And I think he's scarfed, by the way. I do think that he is, in fact, scarfed. But we're going to go into our Dugtrio here. you can see what we're starting to work with. We're starting to cook with a little bit of grease here. So Paris Count follows the 3. I'm showing you guys how the combo works. So the way that worked was I hard switched to the Cursula. The Cursula took the attack that was a physical attack that made contact. It activated my Perish Body, which set Perish Song on both Pokemon. And then from there, I was able to escape my own Perish Song by using my item, which was an eject button that let me switch to my Dugtrio, who then has the ability Arena Trap, which means he can't switch, and I'm going to use Protect. And he's thinking right now, he's like, I would like to switch, please. Oh my gosh, and he's maxing. Like, do I die? Am I dead? Like, I know I'm using Protect, but like, am I dead? Oh my, please don't kill me. Oh my gosh. Max Darmanitan, alright. Yeah, let's see what you're working with. Let's see it. I know, because like those moves go through Protect. The max moves go through Protect. It's just a matter of how much do they go through Protect. Let's go Max Hailstorm. All right, cool. So you can actually change your moves from your Gorilla Tactics. It's super effective. I might still die. Yeah, I almost died. Very, very close to death. Looks like I'm actually going to have to just fodder one of my Pokemon. I think it's probably a better idea. Let's see who I want to fodder. Let me think about this. Max Hailstorm. I can go for a Rock Slide. Ooh, what I can do is I can probably just go Max Rock, like Dynamax here, and set the Rockfell and not lose any Pokemon. Because we do outspeed. Hopefully we KO. That's the only thing. Like, hopefully we KO. He should be max guarding right now. That would be such a sick play if he max guarded. I would love to see an opponent so good that they max guarded here. Like, this guy is next level to the absolute max if he max guards here. Like, what a champion if he does. Like, I would be happy to hold this L if he max guarded there. To block my Max Rockfell, which would then be resetting the weather to something that didn't get me KO'd by Hail, that would be so smart. Oh, let's see if he does it. I have faith. I have so much faith in you. Show it to me. Oh, he didn't. I was expecting too much, but that was definitely like a big brain play. All right, please go away. All right, cool. This is actually like really, really good. It sucks I didn't get the Perish Trap combo off, but you can see how if he didn't Dynamax that turn, I was in a good spot. Like, the game was over. So good on him for actually noticing that he could Dynamax. He read that I was going to go for like a Protect sub situation, I think. So good on him for actually realizing that and going for the play that really punished me. And it looks like I still got KO'd for some... Oh, I'm Life Orbed. Why did I do that? All right, it's fine. I forgot that I was Life Orbed. All right, it's okay, though. What do I want to send out? I think I'm just going to send my Darmanitan back out. Yo, one man's Darmanitan? Like, Darmanitan's gone. Let's go, Darmanitan. What do you got in the back? What do you got? Como versus Darmanitan? Sign me up. Oh, my gosh. Yo, it's about time. Ice Punch, baby. Oh, this is going to be big. This is going to be pretty big. Yo, Ice Punch, Choice Band, super effective. And the Gorilla Tactics boost. Like, oh my gosh, Darmanitan, that big damage. Oh, big boy damage, Darmanitan. You love to see it, right? You absolutely love to see it. Just, that's like the strongest attack you've ever seen in your life. And Barrascuda. All right, cool. I think, how do I want to win this? I don't even know if I can. I mean... Oh man, Barrascuda is such a pain. I have to switch to this. Right? Yeah. And get like a Curse Body thing potentially going. But like, even if I don't. We're switching to this just in case he has Sash. So the Sandstorm will take his Sash out. And then like maybe we can do something with our Darmanitan. Barrascuda is a great last pick though. And he's going to get Perish Body. Yeah, if I still have my ability to max, I think if I was able to max, I could live it. But, like, Barrascuda should not be able to one-shot our Darmanitan, guys. And the reason, like I said, it was really, really smart to switch there to break a potential Sash on this guy. Because, like, if that thing was holding a Sash, the Sandstorm breaks it. And, you know, just scouting for options, I think, was the right play in that situation. But Barrascuda should not be able to one-shot us. We're not a Fire type. We're a solo Ice type. So let's see it. I think we just go for the big EQ. Show it to me. Show me the big damage. You got Waterfall? You got that flinch? Oh, I'm faster than him? Yo, that's what I'm talking about. I'm jolly natured, full speed. I'll take that all the way to the bank. A lot of Barrascudas actually go like full attack HP and use their Swift Swim ability to actually push that advantage. But we keep those honest. Like when we're our backs to the wall, our backs to reality, we slam in that damage with Darmanitan. Holy moly, what a cool game. Darmanitan absolutely popped off, and I'm super happy to feature it. We're going to be taking a look at the extended team review section right now. If you guys remember yesterday's video, we broke down the Cursula, the Silvally, and the Doug trio. Today we're going to take a look at the Corsola, the Darmanitan, and the, what is the other one on my team? The Gyarados that we've already seen a couple times. We're going to be looking at the Eevees. We're going to be looking at all the natures and all the choice items and stuff like that. Or, well, all of the items, not just choice items. We're going to look at all the items. So, guys, look forward to that. And let me know in the comments if you guys like this section, because I can always have this section in all of my videos if you do like it. Again, continue your sit-backing, relaxing. We're going to go into the team review part. So before we get into the actual team review, I want to show you guys how to rent one of these teams. I make all of these teams as rental codes for you guys so you can use them in your own games, be that on the Battle Tower, be that on Casuals, Ranked, 6v6. You can use all my teams in your own games by using the rental code, and I'm going to show you guys how to get those rental codes into your own game. So what you're going to do is you're going to press X. It's going to open up the menu. It's going to go into this verse mode right here. Go to that verse mode. What you're going to need to do is to connect to the internet, right? So got to make sure you got a stable internet connection. From there, go to the Battle Stadium, just press A. And after that, go down to Rental Teams. Once you're in Rental Teams, click A again. And there's going to be two options that pop up. It's going to make sure you're connected to the internet first. It takes just a couple quick seconds. Sometimes it's a little bit longer. But you can go to Manage Teams you're renting or Manage Teams to share. So if you guys are making teams for yourself, this is where you go to Manage Teams to share. This is where you make the code. This is where you post it. And this is where you can review it from there. But what you guys are going to do, since you guys are renting the teams, is you're going to go to Manage Teams you're renting. All right, and so you can see all these different teams. This is one of the teams that I have available for rent. This is one of the rental teams from the actual game. You can see I have a couple other ones. That's actually probably the only ones that are there. Anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to click one of these empty boxes. It does not really matter which one. And what you're going to do, it's going to ask you to enter the team ID. And there's a team ID for every one of my teams. We're going to enter in today's team, and then we're going to go into the part where I show you guys the actual code. Actually, I'm just going to post it right there. You guys can see it. It's right there. Right where the chat would be. So 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3 more zeros. A big that's a +1. We have a L9 X F 47. And it's a 14-digit code. And what it's going to do is it's going to give you this team into your game. Now, you can't use this team in the wild area or to fight the gyms. But what you can do is you can use this team online in Ranked, in Casuals, in 6v6 on the Wycom. You can also use it in the Battle Tower to grind that BP. You guys can use these teams in the Battle Tower if you don't have the correct teams. And so you can see the code is right there. You can see it again. It says Parish Trappish is the name of the team. You can see all of my Pokemon. You can see all of my items. You can see all of their levels. You can see pretty much everything about them. We're going to go, after we talk about the moves and stuff right here, we're going to go take a look at all the Eevees. But you can see pretty much everything you need to know off the team based off this little code. So hopefully that answers all your questions. Like I said, we're going to be breaking down all of the type advantages and all the different stuff to do with this team. So you can see right off the bat, let's go into a more extended team breakdown. Because last time, we only really broke down the last 3. I want to talk about the whole team dynamic. You can see this team is really built around the Corsola and Cursula. They are both ghost types. They have both a very similar play style, but I use them in different situations. I think the Cursula is more of that Parish Body gimmick set, and the Corsola is like the absolute bulky Eevee-like Pokemon. So what are some common weaknesses when you're building a team? You see that they're both ghosts, so they're weak to ghost types. They're weak to dark types. And historically, ghost type Pokemon have a relatively low defense. So you want to surround that with other Pokemon that can, make it so your opponent's physical attacks do less damage. So the first thing I wanted to do was I added Silvally to the team. You can see Silvally is in the middle right-hand slot. Silvally is a normal type. And so what Silvally really does is, well, let's actually take one step back. Like I said, dark type and ghost types are the biggest issue for the team, specifically those big ghost types, right? So the first thing you want to ask yourself, if ghost types are such a problem, what are the big ghost type Pokemon that are problems? And the two that come to mind are Dragapult and Mimikyu. And if you're thinking to yourselves well, how do you come to that conclusion? You just got to play a lot of games to find out what's the biggest issue. So I wanted a Pokemon that could check both Dragapult and Mimikyu, right? And so Silvally is a perfect counter to both those Pokemon because it's a normal type. Normal type Pokemon are immune to ghost attacks. So what I can do is I can always switch it in. If I have one of those Pokemon active, I can switch it out for Silvally, block the Shadow Balls, block the Phantasms and all that stuff. But I also can use my Choice Scarf on my Silvally to outspeed Dragapults. I can also outspeed Mimikyus. Silvally has a base 95 speed, which is not terrible. Mimikyu has a base 96. So a lot of the times what's going to happen is they're going to think they can outspeed you. They're going to try and Swords Dance in your face. They're going to go for the max Starfalls and Play Roughs and stuff like that. And in reality, you're just going to come in and slam Shadow Balls in their face if you've already broke their disguise. A very common thing that happens a lot of the time when you play this team is if they lead Mimikyu and you lead Silvally, you will go Shadow Ball. They will go Swords Dance. They will realize that they're slower than you because you Shadow Balled first. They lost their disguise. They took a little bit of chip. You Shadow Ball again. They're KO'd, and you're probably going to win the game. So it's really, really good bait, and Silvally is the perfect Pokemon that can help these others. Also, this team is like a little bit of a meme team, right? So like we want to hit that Perish Trap combo, and so Pokemon that historically, give us issues. Like I said, Ghost types can switch from the Perish Trap. Flying types and Levitators can too. So for flying types, we have Thunderbolt on the Silvally. We have Heat Wave on there for coverage for Ferrothorn. We've also seen a lot of Darmanitans. So like really, really smart tech on this Silvally. Silvally brings the team together, and it's just the first start of it. Like Gyarados is another Pokemon that we saw like a lot today, and Gyarados adds a lot to the team dynamic. Like I was talking about, the Corsola and Cursola are heavily invested in HP and defense, but their defense stats are, Ghost-type Pokemon have historically low defense stats compared to their specialty and special attacking stats. So adding a Gyarados on here with Intimidate, in addition to Silvally with its Parting Shot, can really help cover up for that weakness and put you in situations where all you got to do is bring your Gyarados in safely, get Intimidate off, and then from there you can set a couple Dragon Dances and just win the game. What's going to happen is your opponent's going to see the Cursola and Corsola, and they're going to tunnel on that and be like, all right, I need these 3 things that can just absolutely dumpster all those ghosts. If they bring the things that beat the ghosts, they're not bringing the correct Pokemon that check the Gyarados. The Gyarados is the hidden tech that wins so many games. You guys saw it in today's games. Like, this Pokemon is an absolute threat, especially on this team. It's disguised correctly. It's pretty much all of its threat levels have been managed by how offensive the rest of the team is. So Gyarados, very, very good Pokemon, and I really do just like the leftovers on it. I think this set's very good. If I could change one thing, I'd probably cut the Ice Fang for Substitute, and that's just because I really don't like getting Will-O-Wisp by slower Pokemon. But I still think the Ice Fang is great because being able to change weathers and break Focus Sashes because of it is actually highly underrated. And being able to hit dragons with that Ice Fang after one Dragon Dance or even a Max Hailstorm is very, very good. After that, you guys have already seen the Cursola. There's a team review. Yesterday's video did all that with the Cursola. We're going to be going over it probably a little bit later as well. Silvally, we just talked a little bit about Silvally. Choice Scarf, very, very good Pokemon. Highly underrated and one of the best leads in the game, in my opinion. Dugtrio, again, Arena Trap. It's a Pokemon that makes the Perish Trap combo work. It makes so all Pokemon who are grounded, who are touching the ground, which means no Ghost types, no Levitators, and no Flying types, they can't switch out. They have to stand and fight my Dugtrio mano a mano. And I really do like this moveset. I feel everything comes together. You might think about switching out Rock Slide for Sucker Punch, just because, like I said, there are so many Ghost types. But in reality, most of the time you need to reset their weather. And Dugtrio is a great Pokemon because it has an above average speed tiering of 120, so you're going to be able to use that max Rock Fall, reset the weather, and make it so you can break their sashes and make it so their weather isn't as impactful for you. And last but not least, we have our boy Galarian Darmanitan coming in hot with that Choice Band Gorilla Tactics. Gorilla Tactics is an ability that's going to multiply your attack by 1.5, but it locks you into the first move you use. And that's fine because we're using a Choice Band, which also locks us into the first move that we use, which means we're doing double damage. We have double damage Stabbed Ice Punch, double damage Flare Blitz, double damage Earthquake, double damage U-Turn. You saw all the things we U-Turn today? Those are all Pokemon that resisted the U-Turn and took almost half their HP. This Pokemon hits like a literal truck, and I'm so excited to use Darmanitan. This is probably my favorite sweeper of the format, and I don't want to say I'm going to use this in every one of my teams, but would you guys hate it if I use this Pokemon in every one of my teams? Because that's just how much I like it. This Pokemon just fits my hyper-aggressive playstyle so well. It gets U-Turn and just has such amazing offensive coverage. Back in the day, in Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7, Rhaegar or Darmanitan always struggled with dragons. And this Darmanitan cares not for the plights of dragons. It just says, I will absolutely dumpster all your dragons. And it still has that rocks weakness because it's an ice type versus being a fire type, but you know, who cares about rocks when you could just ice punch all their setters in the face and just one-shot it? Like, it's so good. So that's the team. Here's the code. Use it in your own games. Feel free to ask me in the comments if you guys have any questions. We're going to take a look at the EVs now because I do feel I want you guys to learn how to EV train your Pokemon. I'm going to be running down all of the EVs and all these so you guys can replicate it in your own games. There's also a link to the pace of this team. There's also a link to all the stats, all of the items, everything you know, all of the EVs, everything. It's in the description, right where the team code is. Be sure to check that out and let me know if you would change anything or if, you know, maybe you could take it and experiment upon it from there. But we're going to take a look at the EVs right now. Moving on to the EV training section, we're going to be looking at all the natures, all of the items, and all of the EVs and all of our Pokemon. And I'm going to be telling you guys the Pokemon that I actually KO'd to get all of my EVs and the different strategies I used to get these. So again, we're looking at the Galarian Darmanitan. This Pokemon is so good. We're running a Jolly nature on it, which increases your speed and lowers your special attack. This is by far and away the best nature on this Pokemon. Looking at today's games, we saw we outsped a couple of Pokemon that normally you don't really outspeed, and that's because Darmanitan, while it doesn't have a crazy speed tiering, you kind of need to go Jolly just to make sure that you can KO most Pokemon, and actually, sorry, outspeed most Pokemon so you can KO them. You're already incredibly strong. Like, you already deal an unlimited amount of damage. So you might as well take some of those points from damage, which you already one-shot everything. You're overkilling everything anyways. You might as well put that in speed, because speed is the most important stat in the game. If you ever don't know what nature to make your Pokemon, I promise you, if you make your Pokemon a plus speed nature, it is better than the wrong nature. Make it Jolly, make it Timid, and whatever. Just go from there, because speed is the most important stat in the game. After that, you can see my EV training. Again, full attack speed. This is a physical sweeper extraordinaire. Tier 1 physical sweeper, in my opinion. Let's see. What is this Pokemon like? Where's the... There we go. Look at that Darmanitan. It's such a talent. But yeah, what I did was I used the power items. The power items are items you can get for 10 BP, and I think it's called Hammerfell. Or no, the choice items are... No, sorry, the power items, yeah, they're 10 BP, right? But what they do is they make it so each time you KO a Pokemon, it's going to add 4 EVs onto one of your Pokemon, right? So the way that works is if you KO a Pokemon that gives 1 attack EV, like a Machop, and you have a power bracer on, I think, or whatever the power item is that increases your attack, you're going to get 5 EVs in attack, right? You can have 510 EVs total with a total of 252 in each stat. And so what I did was I have 5 EVs every single time I KO Machop. You can see my Darmanitan here has Pokerus. Pokerus, you can see double, or we'll still look at the Darmanitan. Where's the Darmanitan? All my Pokemon have Pokerus. And if you guys want Pokerus, go check out our Discord. There's a link to the Discord in the description. We'll be able to hook you up with some Pokerus. We have a lot of people there that have that as well. But anyways, you get 5 EVs, right? 5 EVs. Every single time I KO Machop. Pokerus, the effect of that doubles the EVs you get. So every time I KO Machop, I get 10 EVs in attack, which means if I KO 25 Machops, I'll have 250 EVs. I only need 2 more. Just got to kill 1 more Chop. So 26 Machops is all you need to get a fully EV trained and attack Darmanitan. It seems a little bit tedious, but you can bust it out in about 10-15 minutes. And it did the same thing for speed. What I actually just did was I just kept KOing the Machops, and I used the power item that increases my speed. So the way that worked is instead of getting the attack boost, I got, once I finished getting, once I almost finished getting my attack, once I had like 230 points in attack, I then put the item that increased my speed on, and so instead of getting 1 attack and 4 attack every single time I KO'd a Machop, right, I would get 1 attack and 4 speed, because it just changed it up. So that would double to 2 attack and 8 speed on the Darmanitan. And I just did that for the rest of the stats. So I got all my EV trained off, KO Machops, just using the power items. It's a little bit arduous, I'm not going to lie. It takes a little bit, but that is how you EV train. Like, I get a lot of questions saying, how do you EV train? I know you guys don't. I know a lot of you guys are too smart to really, like, need that little refresher course, but I feel I had to just say it so, you know, the people that are just brand new can get in. I'm going to make a cool guide on it eventually in the future if you want a more in-depth guide, but that's an example of how to EV train, and that's how I did it here. Like I said, our moveset is U-turn, great for pivoting. We have Earthquake for that good coverage. It's great coverage for fire types. Fire types give us problems. I think we fought, like, an Arcanine earlier today, like, just dump trucked it pretty hard. And then, like, Flare Blitz is good for literally... You need Flare Blitz. It's a Darmanitan. It's not a Darmanitan without a Flare Blitz. And it's great in the mirror match, right? So if they have a Darmanitan, you have a Darmanitan. like, you just click that Flare Blitz and go all the way to the bank. Love this Pokemon, love its coverage. After that, like you said, you can see it's Jolly right there, and we're going to move on to the next Pokemon. It's going to be Cursula. And so you said it looks like we're using an Impish Cursula today. Main reason we're using Impish, it doesn't really matter. You want Impish or Bold. You can see that I am using Whirlpool, which is a special attack here. But it's only at 35 base. It's not really that strong. I think Bold would be a little bit better, but I was breeding for these forever, and I got one. All I really wanted was a plus defense nature. You can see that my investment here is full HP, full defense. Like I was talking about in the team review section, Ghost types have a historically lower base defense than other stats, and you can see like Corsola has like good specialty and defense, and you can see the actual difference. That defense stat is supposed to be the same as the special defense stat, but we have 57 more points. That's the power, that's the effect that EV training has. 57 more points just because of the nature and the EV training. That's actually just ridiculous. It's so important to EV train your Pokemon. From there, we have Will-O-Wisp. It's going to burn the opponent, make them so they actually can't do that physical damage that we said that we don't want to take. Strength Sap was a really, really good move. I don't think I did a very good job of explaining it. It says user restores its HP by the same amount as the target's attack stat. So the stronger your opponent's attack stat, the more damage you're going to restore. It also lowers their attack stat. I know that sounds counterproductive because you think you would always want them to have a really high attack stat, so you can always restore more health. But in reality, you just don't want them to. You don't want them to have a high attack stat. Even if you're restoring less, the weaker they get, the better they are for you because you're just taking less damage. After that, we have Whirlpool. This traps them in here. I think it's a very cool tech choice on this Pokemon that me and my Discord have been utilizing to full effect. Whirlpool traps them from 4 to 5 turns, so they can't switch. So they have to stay in and get their attack dropped and let me restore health. They have to stay in and eat those Will-O-Wisps and just make sure they get completely neutered and take that dot damage at the end of the turn. They also take damage at the end of the turn from Whirlpool as well, so it's a secondary dot in addition to Will-O-Wisps. And last but not least, we have a just basic Nightshade, right? The user makes the target see a frightening mirage. This inflicts damage equal to the user's level. And so the way this is going to work is ranked battles and casual battles and stuff, they're all set to level 50, right? So this is going to deal 50 damage every single time. Most Pokemon, like our Corsola right now, has, how much HP do we have? We have 162. This is like a 3 to 4 shot on Cursula. So if you put up a Will-O-Wisp, right, one Will-O-Wisp, one Whirlpool, you go Will-O-Wisp, Whirlpool, like Nightshade, or like Will-O-Wisp and then 3 Nightshades, and you'll just be able to take it out, or like Will-O-Wisp and whatever. Like, it's so good. Most Pokemon have less than 200 base health in this mode. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's see. My Darmanitan has 175. It's a 4-shot on Darmanitan, but Darmanitan can't, like, absolutely dumpster use. This is a great move. Like, Nightshade is completely standard in this form, and I know a lot of you guys are coming from like just playing the casual games, think this move's bad because you can't one-shot things, but this Pokemon is a wall. It excels in blocking damage. Looks like someone just followed the channel while we're recording this video. You guys can follow the channel too, twitch.tv/THATSAplusONE. There's links to it in the description. We like to stream a lot. I've been slacking a little bit on stream in these past couple days, but we stream all these teams on the ranked ladder on stream, so go ahead and check that out if you can. Corsola, though, great Pokemon. Curse Body is its ability, so it's going to make it so every single time your opponent makes contact, may disable move they use on this Pokemon. So it's really, really good. It's 30% chance to use a disable when they make contact. This is a much better ability than weak armor. And we are giving away these hidden ability Corsolas in the Discord. I know we gave out a ton yesterday. We're still giving out more today. So if you guys want one of these, feel free to join the Discord and you just ask around for one. Someone will be able to hook you up. And last but not least, the reason why this Pokemon is good is it's holding an item called the Eviolite. I know a lot of people are probably wondering, how am I actually using a Corsola? How is it that bulky? It's just a Corsola. The Eviolite is an item that gives you a 1.5 boost on your defense and special defense stats if you're using a not fully evolved Pokemon. So Pokemon like Corsola, Pokemon historically like Chansey, and let's see another one, Porygon 2. I like using it on Golbat. What's your favorite Eviolite user? Please let me know in the comments. I want to know. I want to see some good Eviolite user ideas. But yeah, this Pokemon is the best Eviolite user in the game, so please give this Pokemon a shot. You will not be disappointed, I promise. It is just an amazing wall. It's so good. After that, we're checking out Gyarados. You guys have seen me break down this Pokemon before. This is what I think is one of the best setup mons. I will say it, this is the best setup mon in the game right now. Has leftovers, and personally, that's my tech choice. Hopefully, you guys agree with it. Hopefully, you guys saw it in today's games that this leftovers puts in a ton of work. And just makes it so, leftovers is a win more item on Gyarados. Normally, people like to use leftovers as a, like, oh man, I need leftovers to restore my health so I can wall. But with Gyarados, it's bulky enough to eat like 1 or 2, even sometimes 3 attacks from opponents, especially when you mix in your Intimidate ability. And so the leftovers just gives you that survivability, the sustainability to set up in their face. And then once you start sweeping, you'll restore all the damage you took setting up, because they can't hit you if you one-shot them. And so you get 2, 3, 4 turns of just Gyarados getting those free leftovers procs going all the way back up to full, and it's very, very valuable. We're using an Adamant Gyarados today. I think Jolly Gyarados historically used to be very good in the past, but I think that like Gyarados is like really, really, really good. We're using full attack, full speed. I IV trained this Pokemon the exact same way I did the Darmanitan. I went and I killed Machops and Machokes, and I used the power items, and it only took about 20-30 minutes once I had the Pokerus on here. I think Intimidate is one of the reasons why this Pokemon's very good. I know a lot of people really like using Moxie, but I think the Intimidate is how my set actually works. I love parting shotting or U-turning or volt switching into this Gyarados, layering up another Intimidate, and from there just setting up. This Pokemon is so underrated. And the moveset, Dragon Dance, the user vigorously performs a mystic, powerful dance that raises its attack and speed stats. It's so good. This is the best sweeper move in the game. Like, in terms of, like, sweepers go, Tier 1. Like, this Pokemon has everything they need to succeed. Ice Fang, Crunch, Waterfall, good stab. Crunch is there to tech. You pretty much need this for a lot of the ghost types that are running around. You need one of these, right? So, like, Dragapult gets dumpstered by one of these moves. So you got to have one of them. I think I might eventually cut one of these for Substitute or maybe even, like, Thunder Wave, just because I want additional control. But as it stands, they're both currently good. You could also talk about substituting one of these for Earthquake if you're having problems with some weird stuff, but we'll talk about the road when we get to it. We're gonna look at the next Pokemon here, and like I said before we go on to that, we're using Adamant Gyarados today, and that's gonna be the one that's in the team code. So we're looking at Cursor. You guys have seen me talk about this one in yesterday's video. We're going to briefly go over these. This Pokemon has the eject button, which lets it do the combo. Its ability is the Perish Body. When you make contact, right, there are moves that make contact, there's moves that don't make contact. So like Ice Beam does not make contact, but Crunch does make contact. And you may be thinking that's just because Crunch is a physical move and Ice Beam is a special move. No, there's a fair amount of special attacking moves that do make contact. A good example of a special attacking move that makes contact is Grass Knot. Do I know why it makes contact? Not really, but, you know, there are a lot of moves that make contact, and if you guys want to abuse this Pokemon and use it in your own games, you're going to have to figure those out for yourself and know the situations which you can actually get your Perish Body to activate. We're fully EV trained in HP and defense, and we're using a speed reduced nature on purpose because the way Perish Song works, your Pokemon that is in the slowest, right? So the way Perish Song works is going to set the Perish Song. All 3 Pokemon faint in 3 turns. From there, your 3 turns go away. They faint based off their speed tierings. So if you have an Inteleon on the board and I have a Cursula and it's the last turn of Perish Song, well, you're going to KO first because you're rocking a 120 base speed and I'm rocking none. Like I got no speed. I'm very slow. I'm just not that fast. So I will get KO'd last, but since you got KO'd first and it was your last Pokemon, you lose the game. Even though I would also get KO'd, it would make me the winner in that situation. So that's why you want to be as slow as possible on all Pokemon that are ever going to be used in a Perish Trap team. And I decided to just go with a Special Attack Boosting Nature. Even though I'm not EV trained in Special Attack, this Pokemon has like 138 base special attack stat. And I looked at some calcs, and it looks like you actually gain a couple 2-shots on historic Pokemon. Like Gyarados gets 2-shotted by Shadow Ball if you're plus special attack nature, even with 0 investment. I think that's a very significant number to look at. So yeah, I would recommend the special attack boosting nature even if you're not invested. Our moveset's very similar to Corsola. We have Strength Sap and Whirlpool because, again, of course you'd want to trap them and just make it so like Whirlpool just absolutely dominates people. We have Strength Sap to restore. I wish this Pokemon got Recover, but that would just be busted. And we have Protect because, again, this Pokemon can trap things. Like, this Pokemon can trap things. Like, I can trap them with the Whirlpool. Set the Perish Song, set the Perish Body, Whirlpool them the turn they do that, and then Protect, Strength Sap, Protect. They're KO'd. or I can switch and stuff like that. It's so good. This is one of the few Pokemon that you can actually just run Protect on in the game in singles and get away with it. And last but not least, you got that Stab Shadow Ball for the 80 base big damage. Like, this Pokemon ain't no slouch, and I really do like it. And like I said, we are giving away Hidden Ability, the unevolved form of this Cursula, in the Discord if you guys want more. So let's go into... So actually, I want to say something. You can see it says I have a lonely nature here. I've talked briefly about this. It says I have lonely nature, which would be plus attack minus defense. But if you go here, it's obvious that I'm quiet. The reason why it says this is because I've used a quiet mint on this Pokemon because... Where's my... Let's go back to my Ivies. Yeah, you can see my Ivies right there. Look at this Pokemon. It was perfect in pretty much every single stat. And I was like, well, I'm just going to use a mint on this thing. So the mints are things you can get at the end of the game. I think they're like 50, 25 or 50 BP. And they just change your nature. And so the way it works is I did all my EV train and everything. And it changed my nature. And it just totally worked out. This is a great Pokemon to use a mint on. We've also briefly reviewed Dugtrio. The Arena Trap is the ability that makes so they're trapped. We're using a Jolly Dugtrio. Our EV spread is the exact same as the Gyarados and Darmanitan. I trained it on the Machops the exact same way. And full attack, full speed. It took me about 20 minutes. It wasn't all that hard. I did all of these 3 Pokemon at the same time, by the way. It wasn't like each one of them took 20 minutes. It was like, no, like all 3 of them together took about 20 or 30 minutes to do. It wasn't even that hard. From there, we have Protect Sub, Rock Slide, Earthquake. Really do like this moveset. Provides potential weather control with Max Rock Slide. Substitute Protect are there for waiting out the Perish Trap turns, and Earthquake is a great base stab. And remember, you don't even need to use like the whole Perish Trap combo. Like, I can just come in with a Dugtrio. I can use Arena Trap and choose my 120 base speed Life Orb boosted Dugtrio that's fully EV trained and attack. And just one-shot all your stuff. Like, if you have a Toxapex, if Toxapex is giving you problems, just use Dugtrio. If Arcanine's giving you problems, just use Dugtrio. You're going to be surprised how well this Pokemon deals with those. Very, very good Pokemon for beating meta teams right now. From there, last but not least, I think we have Silvally. We're rocking a Choice Scarf, Silvally. We're fully EV trained in Special Attack today because we're using Special Attacks. We have that Parting Shot, which is going to let us go for like a U-turn, but it's going to soft neuter our opponent's offensive stats in Attack and Special Attack. Then it lets us switch to like our Gyarados, our Cursula, our Darmanitan, what have you. And Shadow Ball's great coverage for Dragons. Thunderbolt's great coverage for Pelipper, Gyarados, and Toxapex. Heat Wave's great coverage for Darmanitan, great coverage for Ferrothorn, and I think this Pokemon is just highly underrated. Like, if you're looking for a good lead or a good Pokemon to build the team around, this Pokemon is a great start and great addition to any team. So, yeah, that's... Actually, we got one more... We already checked out the Darmanitan. So, yeah, that's the team. Hopefully you liked it. I don't know if I'll be using this team in any more videos, but I am going to be using this team on streams. If you want to see it more in action, feel free to go check out twitch.tv/THATSAplusONE. We're going to be moving on to a whole new team for tomorrow's video, so if you guys have any requests, I know that a lot of people want to see me use Appletum and Flapple and Phalanx. Maybe the Pokemon that gets the most comment out of those, or maybe a mysterious Pokemon will come out of nowhere and get the most comments. Whatever Pokemon gets the most comments in the comments below, I will build the team around it from scratch, and I'll use it in the next video. So thank you guys for watching. Feel free to always let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.